Hello from Bali. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about responsibility and let's start with the definition.
Responsibility, this is ability, it's so funny, of the person who is eager to help to someone or is ready to fulfill the task he was given.
Well, when we speak about responsibility, it's also might be towards something, whether it's like a personal relationship, whether it's a group of people, like a family, like the office, or there might be like responsibilities for more bigger things. So let's talk about this spectrum, like how exactly you define those things and then decide whether you want to be responsible or not.
Some people are responsible when they just at the office, for example, they know that they should be in time, they write emails, they make answers, presentation, and they go to the meeting rooms. But there is also another area of our life, for example, like health, to go to gym, to swim, to have massages, and so on. And also this about health. How to go to checkups and how to give analysis. It's okay to say give analysis, давать analysis.
Yeah, like a give analysis.
And give analysis. Then for sure it is a relationship. If you have especially children, you should develop them, you should take care, you should spend some time. This is also about our old relatives, our mothers, fathers, uncles, and other ancestors. And this is also about comfort. We want to live in safe houses or safe flats which are clean and tidy.
Well, actually, this is, I would say, quite interesting and maybe sometimes painful, I do believe, for adult men topic, because at certain point of time, you might be feeling that, let's say it's your family, you apparently become responsible for someone. It might be even against your will, but you feel like, okay, you just, you have to take actions for someone. And now it's your, I would say, like a day-to-day routine to maintain someone else. I would say like maybe even financial state or even the mental one. So how the adult person should think about letting those responsibilities to let in their lives and then carry them forward.
You know, there's a joke about adult man and young person. Young person will see at his girlfriend and will say, oh, come on, this is so funny to look at snowflake. Snowflake, снежинка. Is it okay?
It's a snowflake.
Snowflake on your hair. But adult man will say, come on, where is your cap? So it's different between responsibility and not. If you're an adult, you have so many responsibilities. For example, no one will think about roof until it's broken. And then if you will be have some water flood going out of the ceiling, and no one would happy. So you should sometime go and check, is there a strong one and is not heavy snow is laying down. The same, for example, with, I don't know, with lock on the door. Sometimes it could be broken, or sometimes it could, I don't know how to say, скрипеть. Make some noises, squeaky, to become squeaky. So you should use some machine oil to make it smooth. Then I have been watching with my wife several weeks ago, several series of very famous, I don't know how to say, serial. It's okay to say serial?
Yeah, TV show,
and they were about some robsters. There is a family with a lot of men. They were going sometime to rob bank, some other institutions. And what's funny, their mother was always responsible to clean their clothes, and it was not so important in this TV show. But I note how often this old woman will go around the rooms and collect all the stuff to go to and wash it.
Well, actually, this is a very nice segue to another question: how responsibility is close to the self-discipline, because at certain point of time you also want to make sure, okay, I'm responsible for that. Now you need the willpower. Now you need to ignite yourself and actually go do something, even if you don't really want to do it.
It is sometimes should be the same, but not such often as we want to be it. For example, my father, he is quite responsible person about everything, but not about his health. And it is well known that men, they do not want to go to the hospital, do not want to give analysis to check the heart and something like this. And the same with my wife, we have dentistry, and I have never seen old women which are afraid to make some procedures, but a lot of adult men, they are saying, is it painful? Would you do something that I will fall asleep and I will feel nothing while surgery operations and something like this? And other stuff. I know a lot of families where the wife is going to spend all the time with growing up children, and she drove the car to the school and then back to the school, from the school, and also she delivers those childs to some sections and to some exercises and so on. And at the end of the day, she completely tired. She has no, I don't know how to say, haircut, прическа. Is it okay to say?
Haircut.
Haircut and no maquillage. It's okay to say makeup.
Yes, it's a makeup.
Makeup, yes. And she sometimes use a very, I don't know how to say, мятая одежда, not linen clothes.
Not so clean, not tidy clothes.
Not tidy clothes. And she says, okay, my life is devoted for my children. And sometimes it's very strange. You are not a draft person. You use just one chance to be alive.
Well, and I do feel that I do remember one of the things that you said, that sometimes, like when the trouble comes, it actually brings, like another little trouble one. So probably it could be something with a responsibility, because sometimes it could also, if we don't want to do certain stuff, it could also bring a good number of excuses that, you might not be responsible. You may come up with a very brilliant story why you're not going to do this. So sometimes it might be happening, even if we can't really admit it openly, but internally this should be aged. So how to deal with this kind of stuff when we do have excuses that shows on the horizon?
You always have excuses. You always could say, I am tired, I am not hungry, I am not feeling myself so strong to finish the cleaning of my room or of my house. But if everyone will do their road or do their job for 99%, maybe we will never have operational systems, computers, cars, roads, hostels, churches, and so on. So, all our world belonged to people who could complete, who could deliver, who could close the obligation. So you have a choice just to be a person of one type or another type. By the way, there is a joke. When I was attending Harvard, it was a lecturer who was wearing a t-shirt, and on this t-shirt there were written something like this: there are two kind of people. First, they couldn't make assumption on the incomplete data and nothing more. And a lot of people were saying, okay, and what's the second?
Well, I do believe it's very subtle. And sometimes I think when we are responsible, when we actually, again, like taking those extra miles, like extra hours, extra line of codes, or like anything else, it's also might be feel that, the receiving party, whether it's our bosses, whether it's, like our customers or whatever, they might not be feeling so grateful, maybe because it's not really, visible for them, or they just would take it as a granted. And whether it's another part of the responsibility, probably the sadness truth that sometimes your efforts might be not really well valued, and how to treat to it.
That's about to be grown up. For example, let's think about people who are born in this century. Some of they have name like strawberry generation. They never was thinking about taxes and how to have a rest and so on. And now even Instagram and TikTok and some other social networks, there are a lot of small shorts, reels, and some other stuff about how they feel in their real life. For example, they are crying because they say, come on, I have just 28 a calendar day, but some of them would be like vacation. Why should I spend my vacation on those days? Or why should I give to the state some part of my money? I earn it by myself. Or I never would afford to buy a flat or something like this. And, there are two things we should think about. First, they never asked how to live in real life, and second, we never say how it to be grown up. For example, there is a quite difference when my daughter, she were living with me and my wife, she were spending everything what she wants. But now she living abroad in Germany, and she attend university, and sometime she's saying, "Oh, come on, I have just several couple thousand on euros. I completely lack. I feel lack of the money." And I know what is about, and I am saying, "Come on, but why you feeling lack of the money? You have for example, several thousand euros." And she's saying, "Come on, but I couldn't earn it, so I should spend it very carefully, because in opposite case, I should ask you about those money." And I asked her several times, "Yes, but come on, you are completely grown up. This is your third education. You are almost 30 years old. Maybe it's time to go for a job." And she's saying, "Oh, I so like to go to obtain new knowledge."
Well, I do believe sometimes it's also responsibility for taking control of your own life. And when we actually, maybe it could be quite specific question, when let's say you as a troubleshooter working on a specific project, and there might be like a burning deadlines, or maybe like a angry or not so friendly customers, how do you still demonstrate your responsibility so that, it lead to the outstanding results and yet impress the customer?
Usually we have several type of projects. One kind, it's like 1-2 days, so we work in very fast mode, even at night, and usually customer is friendly and cooperative. But second one, which I don't like, this could take from 1 week to 3 week, and in this case, we work in a very different speed. First week of, or first third of the time period, which is dedicated to the project, we work in a very slow mode. I ask everyone for a data, and I couldn't get them. To be honest, usually before I arrive to the spot, I ask in special paper. There's about 3 pages of items which would I like to have. It's about data, information, schemes, and so on, and also orders. It's okay to say orders, приказы,
Or directives?
or directives, which was issued on some topics which I go to examine. Second part usually is going fast forward, and third, it's always like in a fire or in a panic. Everyone is saying, "Oh, come on, we have no time, we run out of resources," and so on. But I have a lot of letters and a lot of reminders, some of them kind, some of them not, and then we sit all together, and customers are always saying, "Oh, come on, you was not so accurate in your calculations. We couldn't done this job in 3 weeks." And I'm showing to the customer, "Okay, but I was working from 10 to 10 without any vacations and without any lunch. I was asking 5 days before my arrival about such an information, but it was not obtained." And at this point, a lot of other voices would appear in the air, and people will say, "Oh, come on, I have sent you everything." And I will show on the big screen, "Okay, you have sent me information after 17 days or after 20 days, or even I have it until now."
Well, then my last question will be how knowing about responsibility could help to make this world a better place.
When you have a ill child, when you have broken boat, when your engine of your car doesn't work properly, you could rely on someone who could manage the problem, and then you will live your life as you always do. But sometimes you will meet the people who will say, "I could do this," and they will take the money, but time will go up and nothing would be made. Or maybe sometime it will be even going in a worst way. Sometimes it's about food, sometimes it's about techniques, sometimes it's about tickets or something like this. And the best way is to understand that you could be as reliable as you are, but other people are not so solid as the bricks. So use your resources, your other skills to make, like, I don't know how to say, to buffer the world.
That I think will be a good one. And we reviewed the skill of responsibility and how it could be helpful to you stay in peace.